Good morning and welcome to match 3 of the Spectrum Sports 10th Annual Volleyball Slam. It's Lee Summit West, the Titans from the Missouri side of the metro area, taking on a Kansas side school, the Blue Valley Southwest Timberwolves. Hi everyone, my name is Nick McCabe, joined by Jill Dorsey Hall for this final of my games, the third match that we have here today of 8. We've got a lot of volleyball coming your way here from the Spectrum Sports Volleyball Slam. We've got 2 teams here that are an interesting contrast in styles, and one interesting note is that Lee Summit West has got a couple of games under their belt already. Well, this will be the first match of the season for Blue Valley Southwest.
And the Titans already have 2 victories under their belt. They have an experienced squad, and coming in here not being your first match, some advantages obviously. But for Blue Valley Southwest, they have 4 returners, they have some seniors, but also some newcomers, with the ability here to knock off a really talented team in the Titans.
We're going to see 2 outstanding hitters today for these 2 squads. Let's start with Lee Summit West. You see her right there, Odyssey Warren. She is almost able to dunk a basketball. She is really a player that can get up in the air, and we're going to have some fun watching her hit the ball today.
Yeah, 5'8" in height, but touches in her approach up at 9'8", a high flyer, so dynamic, and in her senior campaign looking to have a big-time year.
On the other side, Samantha Schnitta, one of the top players in the metro area, headed to Ole Miss next year to play in the SEC.
Being able to play for her mother as a head coach. What a good family dynamic here that we're going to see for Blue Valley Southwest. She's a setter, right side combo, and just does it all for the Timberwolves.
So we're going to have an exciting matchup, a couple of exciting hitters to watch today, and we'll have the first serve for you coming up here in just a few moments. Blue Valley Southwest and Lee Summit West, the matchup in match number 3, the Spectrum Sports Volleyball Slam. Back here in Lenexa at St. James Academy, 10th Annual Spectrum Sports Volleyball Slam rolls on. Lee Summit West and Blue Valley Southwest. The matchup in this one, glad to have you along. Lee Summit West is coached by Jennifer Morgan. She's in her 4th year as the head coach at Lee Summit West. Coached varsity at Fort Osage for a couple of years as well, but her 24th year coaching volleyball. And if you're thinking she doesn't look old enough to have coached
really
for 24 years, she's really not. She started when she was still in college. High schools at that time played during basketball season, so she was able to play collegiately and then coach at the high school level. So she's been doing this for a little while, and she will be met on the other side by Kate Schnitta, who is in her 3rd year as the head coach at Blue Valley Southwest, her 5th year overall at Blue Valley Southwest. Took a little break while her kids were little, and now she has got the opportunity to coach her daughter, Samantha Schnitta, who we talked about in our open.
Strong tradition of volleyball in their genes, though. Her dad actually coached her. So what a cool little dynamic there that she played for her father, and then Samantha gets to play for her mother. Going to go play for her mom's alma mater, Ole Miss, next year.
And her first swing, not the way she would have drawn it up, but kept it alive. And now an opportunity here for the Timberwolves. A block at the net, though, gives the first point to Lee Summit West.
An early going in this match, you're going to look at what team can really just establish themselves and get into a nice flow of the game. It is still early for Blue Valley Southwest. It's the first match of the year. And then for Lee Summit West, they've already worked out the cobwebs, if you will, because they have 2 wins underneath their belt. So it's the 3rd match of the season.
Serving is Sydney Hondell, who is a sophomore, 6 foot.
Played right side last year as a true freshman.
The first swing for Odyssey Warren, and she puts it down. First 3 points of the match going the way of the Titans.
Didn't have a lot of room to work with in transition. You see just little cross, just like a gather step, and then saw the open space. She rose up, looked into the floor, placed it perfectly down the line.
Well, Hondel a couple of points off her serve. She'll serve for a third time. Schnitta has to dive after it. Call there that they were under the net?
I believe so. Evie McQueen, I believe, number 7, they were calling that on. Violation, so first point of the day now for Blue Valley Southwest on the air from the Titans.
And it will be Reagan Taus, a sophomore, serving for the Timberwolves. Warren blocked at the net. She'll get another opportunity and mishit it. The set was further back than what she was expecting. Second point for Blue Valley Southwest, and Taus will serve it again.
Taus that time is serving the live attacker. So she's trying to go after Odyssey Warren, make her work, take that first contact ball because they like to get her the ball. So sometimes teams will go after the live attacker in service reception.
Allie Weber hit that one into the net for Lee Summit West. So Titans scored the first 3, but Blue Valley Southwest answers with 3 right back. They will not be able to claim the lead as Madison Staples gets the kill for Lee Summit West.
Thunderous kill, and just the ability to run that quick tempo ball because the pass was on point.
Serve was out of bounds. Staples will come out in favor of the libero, Ali Urtiza. Lee Summit West 5-4. Madison Staples is back to serve now. I think I was mistaking her for Evie McQueen.
No, 1 and 7. They look pretty close there on that uniform.
Pretty similar. Staples is a junior, but unable to get an opportunity for a second serve, so tied up at 5. Schnitta with the ace.
And the southpaw. See that lefty angle. So often you see a lot of right-handed approaches and attacks, and it's just a different angle. She sliced that one back line to line. The ball's just moving and traveling at a different angle. She puts a lot of pace, jump, float, serve.
Watching her in warm-ups, her arm just moves faster than everybody else.
And she's got a whip on her and she's doing a good job of moving the ball around on the service line. Unable to pick that ball up, and a nice attack from Odyssey Warren on the right side. In that rotation, inside out, she hits on the right side, able to pick up that kill for her team.
Now Warren will serve for the first time in the match. Schnitta setting. And it's Ashlyn Howard that gets the kill.
And if you're thinking, I just saw Schnitta swing and serve, yes, you did. And in consecutive plays, you saw her swing and then she was serving, and now she's playing the role of the setter because they're running a 6-2 system.
That kill just missed wide. Massengill couldn't quite put it in bounds. And now it will be Miranda Nolte serving for the Timberwolves. Service error sends it right back over to Lee Summit West. 9-7 here in the early going of set number 1. Vero Gertizo serving.
An all-state performer last year. Just perfectly clicking the top of the net. That ball is live and in, and then backs it up with an even better serve, that time deep in the floor.
Just to go back to that let serve for a moment. Nancy, not a fan.
Not a fan of
Not a fan of the let serve.
She wants it to be called a violation.
I wonder where you stand on this.
You know, it did used to be in the game of volleyball. The rules have changed, and you can constantly evolve. Where that used to be a point, a side out to the other team.
Correct.
And so that has changed, and you know, there's aggressive aspect of that I actually enjoy. It is hard though to practice that. You try to serve low. What a rally here as we have going on to keep this ball alive.
2 balls have gone off the ceiling, 1 for each side, and now a misfire for Lee Summit West. So the point will go to Blue Valley Southwest after a long rally. Ceiling in the gym here, not that high, and we've seen a couple of balls hit it today.
Yeah, and you just got to keep playing. The message from the coach will be keep playing until you hear that whistle. It gets loud in here, and sometimes you can't hear that. So just continue to play until you're 100% sure that you hear a whistle or there's a stop and play. You might as well try to play it off the ceiling or the basketball hoop or whatever it may be.
Miscommunication there for Lee Summit West. Continuing to serve, Ashlyn Howard. Another good serve. A smart play there, sending it over on to Lacey Higgins, sophomore setter.
Higgins runs a 5-1, so she's the only setter on the floor, and just a little crafty little tip over the back of her head, all about awareness. So the server was coming into that left back position, knew that she was still running onto the floor. So very heads up awareness play from Higgins.
Then the service error from Higgins. 13-10. Blue Valley Southwest as we're about midway through this opening set. Brooke Pilfrey is the setter for Blue Valley Southwest and returns the favor with the service error.
This is a good scoring rotation for the Titans to start off the match, where we're right back here with Sydney Hongel.
Back set, and Rachel Kerr couldn't quite get to it. Titans back within a point as Hondel, sophomore, serves it once again. Diving dig, but unable to keep it in play was Reese Bates, freshman for Blue Valley Southwest. 3 freshmen on this varsity roster for the Timberwolves. They've got some youth.
They got some youth, but they also have 4 returning seniors. So it's an interesting, combination there. I think the seniors are going to try to pull that team through, but some newcomers that have ability to work their way in. And Schnitta obviously being a pretty steady force.
Returning all-state performer, and on the other side, Audie Warren.
The two key players that we featured in the Open definitely showing up. And honestly, Warren, so dynamic. All-state last year, first team all-conference, first team all-district, 300 kills.
Hondo was just trying to drop that one over the lip of the net. A little too soft, but had a good run on serve. Squares this up at 14. Tao serving for Blue Valley Southwest. Again, going after Warren. We saw her do that her first time, and a big hit. Holly Weber finds the corner.
Holly Weber, the senior, what a beautiful set. Gives her room and space to work with to be able to hit that line. A very tough angle for Righty on that right side to try to hit that line to line there.
McQueen serving, Schnitta off the block. Point for Blue Valley Southwest. Quick side out for the Timberwolves.
Such a fun player to watch. It's her arm swing. She works so quick in the zone. There's a whip of an arm swing.
Service from Alexis Webb. Trying to go down the line was Weber, that missed wide that time. Found that back corner her last swing, but missed the shot this time, and it will be Webb serving again.
I think the message from her coach, Jennifer Morgan, was you got a little bit more room to work with. Don't try to perfectly place it on the line. Even just in that vicinity, in that deep corner will work.
Service error from Webb. Gives it back over to Lee Summit West. We're all tied up at 16. Madison Staples serving. Schnitta. Powerful.
Throwing the ball up here, giving her a lot of angle. High attack. See the contact point of which she's attacking the ball, and then deep into the floor. If you're living in the deep third of the court, you're going to be living well as an attacker.
Warren in system. Puts it away. Well, we expected dueling hitters, and that's exactly what we've gotten so far.
That first ball side out from both teams. Consecutive points, playing at a high level. Both teams are trying to just settle. They're settling into this match, into this set.
Warren floats a serve. Schnitta setting this time. Dug out by Lee Summit West. Warren from the back row. Good dig. And a good attack by Abby Massengill.
The Titans working to get their middles involved. What a beautiful set there from Higgins. And then over the top of the block is Massengill.
Second team all-conference a year ago. Still figuring out her college plans. She's being recruited by several schools. A break for Blue Valley Southwest there is.
And you
pass was a little deep.
And you can't impede with the setter's ability to set the ball. Well done from Schnitta to go up with her hands. Like she was going to set the ball. So you, as a blocker, you can't go over on the other side, break the plane of the net against that second contact. Heck of a play from Massengill, the middle blocker, to get that over, and then follows it up with a block.
Big play by Abby Massengill.
Look at this, the middle blocker aware to get that ball over, gets back to her base along with Higgins. And then a clean as all her left hand. As a middle blocker, you're working in transition. You got to work laterally. It's oftentimes such a hard position to play. Middle blockers have to work so hard throughout a rally.
Big block at the net. Sydney Hondel denied. Ashlyn Howard had an opportunity for a kill earlier in that point, that ends up getting the block. Tied at 19. Good first set. Higgins tried the dump. And Lee Summit West unable to keep it alive.
In this same rally, it was when Howard was serving the last time where Higgins got that dump over the top. So good awareness and just an adjustment from Ashlyn Howard, their middle blocker, getting in to pick up that tip that time. So Higgins was like, hey, I got to kill her this last time on a second contact over. I'm going to try it again, but this time picked up.
Oh, what a great up. But that's not going to get over the net. The libero, Ortiza, what an effort there diving on the floor. Blue Valley Southwest has gotten the last 2 points, and Lee Summit West wants a timeout to talk about it. 21-19, Blue Valley Southwest trying to get the lead at the opportune time to take set number 1 here from the Spectrum Sports Volleyball Slam. Blue Valley Southwest trying to seize control. Really important for Lee Summit West out of the timeout to get a quick side out here. Ashlyn Howard puts it in play. And Blue Valley Southwest going to have an opportunity. Schnitta attacking and just finds the back line. I don't think Jennifer Morgan agrees with that call. She's like a tennis player on a clay court. She's going to go point to the mark.
Now that would be amazing. You're talking about rule changes. I would love to see that in volleyball, an ability to have that, little ball marker they do in tennis and the reviews. And they do have a review system at the collegiate level and international level.
Warren flying.
And that's just being aggressive, knowing where you are. Take a look at that beautiful attack from the back row from Odyssey Warren, and her team needs a kill, coming up with it from the back row.
Dug out by Lee Summit West. Chance for the Titans. Off the block and down. Sydney Hondel gets the kill, the sophomore. 2 straight points for Lee Summit West, and now it's Blue Valley Southwest that wants to talk things over. A tight set 1 coming down to the wire. We'll have the finish for you coming up next. Lee Summit West trailing by a point but serving. Schnitta with the set that time. It's dug out by Lee Summit West. What a block. Rachel Kerr.
And that's a lot of Ashley Brazy, I believe. You're right, I'm sorry, Rachel Kerr.
Which is what I said, Jill.
It is, you're right.
23-22.
And this is Hondel on that right side. They've been quite a bit of production there on the right side are the Titans, and this is that scoring rotation to start off that match where they've had success.
Hondel, a returning starter as just a sophomore still. Oh, bad time for a service error, though. Want to put that one in play at this late stage of the set. Now Lee Summit West has to get a side out.
Reagan Towles is going back to serve, and she had success from the service line as well.
I think this is her 3rd time back there this set.
Deep serve.
Warren. It was a good set, a good dig, but into the net is Blue Valley Southwest. Looked tenuous there for a moment for Lee Summit West, but they get the point.
And you can see there, just does clip the net.
Brandon Nolte just got into it. But Schnitta closes out the set.
And who else would you want but Samantha Schnitta? And she wanted that ball. When they came down to it, match on the line, you set your senior, and she puts it away.
So a nip and tuck first set, 25-23. Blue Valley Southwest comes out on top. And we'll see if they can take set number 2 as well when we come back. 25-23, Blue Valley Southwest narrowly taking set number 1. It was back and forth the whole way, nip and tuck the whole time. And that's what we've seen so far today in the Spectrum Sports Volleyball Slam. We've seen a lot of close sets, although the matches, as you look at them right here on the graphic, didn't look that close because they have been straight set wins our 2 previous matches. But particularly Shawnee Mission East, Blue Valley North, set number 2 was really good. Good back and forth. Blue Valley Northwest won in the opener. Blue Valley North coming up big with the win in straight sets. In our second game coming up next, Blue Valley West and Olathe East. Kevin Wyke will have the call. Are you on that one as well?
I am. I'll be here.
You'll be here. Then Blue Valley, or rather Washburn Rural against Blue Valley. Lansing and Aquinas, St. Teresa's Academy and Olathe Northwest. And I know you'll be on the call for Gardner Edgerton and St. James Academy because Nancy will be busy.
That's right. We kind of just go back and forth. But this event in its 10th year, I was talking to Sean Belden about it. It's just such an amazing event. And just the high quality volleyball, the athletes here, it is very impressive. And I know these, volleyball has grown, and I love that it's grown across the country. But in this region of the country, you're seeing some high-level volleyball players going on to play at a Division I level, some of them on the USA volleyball level. Good look at Sean Belden. He worked so hard on this all throughout the year. I mean, it's a talked about event. And we talk about it like working on it and starting in January.
He's got his game face on.
Even maybe before
No
January,
smile from
we're
him.
working on it. I mean, it is a marquee event that you got one match, in the day, but it's against sometimes a cross-state rival or maybe a team you don't play against. These two teams have not matched up, so coaches don't know a lot about one another.
Yeah, they've never played.
But it's a fun thing because so many of these girls play club, in the off season, or not the off season, but in the club volleyball season, and then that leads into high school season. So it's fun to go represent your high school, and what a great event too. The crowds, they always show up, the school spirit. It's a fun day.
It is, and what a fun way to start the season for most everybody. Lee Summit West the exception.
I think Jennifer Morgan, though, could look at her. She's like, hey, we've got 2 under our belts. And she was talking about that first match. And she goes, they gave up, I think, 6 serving errors. And she goes, okay, we just address that. You kind of work out that a little bit. And especially from the service line, it's one of those things where it takes such ability to go back there and focus, hit your spot, hit with pace, try to use it as a point scoring opportunity, really get that other team out of system. We saw a great first set, and the 2 marquee hitters for both teams really showed up. Samantha Shida had that big kill to end, and then Odyssey Warren, you saw how just have a big dynamic player that she is.
It's going to be a little too strong out of the gate.
And I expect Lee Summit West here to definitely respond. If they can get their middles going a little bit more, maybe try to get Massengill and the McQueen the ball in the middle if they're in system.
Gertiza with the service error, so the teams trade errors right out of the gate here in set number 2. Valley Southwest, a narrow 25-23 win in set number 1. Serving now, Massengill. Beg your pardon, that was Alexis Webb that served for Blue Valley Southwest, and now
beautiful job from Lacey Higgins moving Odyssey Warren around. You typically see her on the outside pin. That time they had a set play, ran and utilized her in the middle. So just a different zone, different look.
Addison Staples serving now for the Titans. Schnida trying a clever little down the net shot. She was out of position a little bit. That's a point for Lee Summit West. Staples serving again.
Samantha's pleading, like, I was not in the net, I promise. That was a bit tight. No review system, though. Play goes on.
Now here's Alexis Webb. Teams trying to dial in their serve here in the early going of set number 2. Odyssey Warren puts it in play. Overpass leads to an easy play for Lee Summit West. Sydney Hondel.
And the sophomore, just a heads-up redirect. Open
Easiest
spot
skill she'll have today.
Open spot on the floor. Those are just gifts. As a front row player on an overpass, you look forward to those opportunities.
Schnitt is served. Now she's going to pass. And not sure what the ultimate call was there. Did that ball miss?
I believe it did. I think it was just out of bounds, and so
there's communication between the chair and the umpire over near us. And again, Handel. A couple of kills in this set.
And the blocking core for Bullseye Southwest just not together there. I think maybe just a little miscommunication.
And a back setting and a good attack by Miranda Nolte. But a good start to the set for Lee Summit West, taking the 8-4 lead. And now Nolte will serve. Free ball for Blue Valley Southwest. Howard found the empty spot on the floor. Nine to 4, Lee Summit West with the lead. Higgins, the setter, serving it. Big block by Lee Summit West, kept alive. Schnitt sends it over. Miss hit that time from Sydney Handel, who's been so good in this set. Sent that one too far. Now Howard serving.
Ashlyn Howard, an aggressive serve. See there, that let serve coming up big for the Timberwolves.
Drops this one over as well. Higgins a good set this time. And McQueen put it away.
Nevy McQueen, such a great story about just overcoming adversity. Was injured as a freshman, injured her ankle, but was moved up to varsity. Spent the rest of the season in a boot, then could not play her sophomore year because she had a surgery on the ankle, and then spent her junior year working just really hard. And Coach Morgan just gives her such high praise. Just one of the most hardworking, positive kids that she's coached.
Warren right on the line. And Coach Kate Schnitt says that ball was out and now wants a timeout. So we'll step aside. 11-6 our score. Lee Summit West on top by 5, trying to square this match at a set apiece. Eleven to 6, Lee Summit West in control here early in set number 2. Dropped the first set 25-23. And come back and square the match, and that was a mistake there on the pass. And it led to an easy kill for Lee Summit West, Evie McQueen.
And the redirect. And now the Titans in this. In the last 6 points, they've had a couple overpasses they are able to just redirect. So that means they're going back behind the service line. They're being aggressive. They're hitting their spots on the floor. And the front row is being aware.
Allie Schmidt, freshman's got a cheering section right behind us.
Big smile. What a big day. Quite a
probably
few,
her first career kill. She's probably excited about
quite a few freshmen that I've been impressed with. It's really a juxtaposition of like the freshmen and the seniors, it seems like, pretty heavy from Blue Valley Southwest.
And just 2 juniors on the rosters. They'll be real young next year. But not necessarily inexperienced. Getting some of these young folks involved. Found the back corner. 14-7, Lee Summit West.
Lacey Higgins, the setter for the Titans, went in, ran in and got that ball, brought that back up to allow her attacker to get a swing on that ball. That play was made, really, I thought, by the play of the setter for the Titans.
Gertiza serving. Schnitta set wasn't where she wanted it. And it ended up being a free ball for Lee Summit West, and they took advantage. Titans now up 15-7.
And that's Massengill utilizing their middles a little bit more. The tempo, they're just spreading their offense out, getting more attackers involved. In the first set, he was pretty heavy going to Warren, but now just more players getting involved for Lee Summit West.
That ball was where Schnitta wanted it, and she, really her first good opportunity of the set, made it count. Her team is facing an uphill climb here in set number 2.
Still time to work with.
Reagan Tao's had a couple of good service opportunities in the first set. See if she can get her team on a run here. Chance for Warren to get a quick side out, and she cashes in.
And she just rose up. Rifled that ball down the line. I was talking to our head coach, Jennifer Warren, before, and I said, where is Odyssey going to go play? And she's like, I don't know yet. We were still talking about that, and I think she kind of heard us talk and turned around. And so she's a player, you know that can play at the next level, and you hope that she does go play at the next level. So talented. It's not that she's not getting looks, that's for sure, but it's choosing where she wants to go play. At 5'8", but touches approached up at 9'8". Such a high flyer.
I'm still just looking at just how long her legs are. I feel like she might grow yet a little bit. That gain a little length in the torso and have a chance to be a
really good asset, though, because she's a 6 rotation player. You know, you have players
absolutely.
that just play 3 rows in the front or in the back, but she really has it all together where she can be a primary passer, good on the back row. When you have limited substitutions, you got to, piece it all together. It's so important as an outside hitter to be able to play all the way around.
Howard found the line.
Senior Howard, some good shots. Perfectly placed. Drop that one in. Now Schnitta needs to go to work with this left-handed serve. Well received, though.
Point to Lee Summit West. Let's Massengill serve for Lee Summit West. Howard finds the corner again. I know you and Nancy talk about those back corners. We talked in the first set about not needing to be super precise. It's just it's a tough area to defend. So if you could put the ball in that corner consistently.
And it's not all about pace. You know the crowd's excited and the viewers, the big thunderous kills that go straight down, but I'm just as impressed, if not more, by placement and players' ability to hit all different shots on the floor, because then you don't become predictable as a hitter, and so you're easier to defend if you hit in the same spot and that's your go-to. But if you can hit, especially as a middle, you can hit thumb down and thumb up to corner, really hard to defend.
Schnitta tried a back set there, but ends up being a free ball for Lee Summit West. And the Titans take advantage. 2 relatively new schools in the metro area. is their first ever meeting in volleyball between the two schools. One of your little questions you asked was, what do you see from your opponent? Scout your opponent for me a little bit.
Yeah, but
Coach Morgan in particular was like,
I don't know. Yeah, we haven't played them before, so it's fun though. You know, I mean, they're two big schools, and one in the state of Kansas, obviously one in the state of Missouri, and they're not going to face each other down when it gets to state implications, but it'll be a good matchup so far, as Volleyball Southwest was able to grab that first one, and now the Titans have responded well in the second set. And it's consistency. It's in all facets of the game. They've been utilizing their middle a little bit more. They've been serving aggressive. They've limited their errors.
They get serving for Lee Summit West. Titans got a call there that Blue Valley Southwest didn't agree with for the second time this set. Schnitt is setting Howard through the block, kept alive. Warren from the back row. Warren got the kill. (21-12). And a whistle before the attack. Double hit. Lee Summit West lost the first set narrowly. They took control of this set early and starting to pull away. Now a double-digit lead.
Great pass.
Block was good for Lee Summit West, but out of bounds.
I've been impressed with number 11 on the back row. It's a freshman, number 11 for Blue Valley Southwest. She's handled quite a few balls in service reception.
Reese Bates and now Ashlyn Howard, the senior, back to serve. Just wide, so back out to a 10-point lead for Lee Summit West, just 2 away from forcing a third set for the first time today. Straight set wins for Blue Valley Northwest and Blue Valley North in our first 2 games of this year's Slam. Double hit there on Blue Valley Southwest. And the Titans are now a single point away.
Play didn't go on, but that was an incredible up by Rachel Kerr.
Shelby Johnson serving for the Titans. Schnitt not quitting. Diving around, but couldn't save the play overall, and it is a point for Lee Summit West. And the Titans rolled to victory in set number 2.
The first match of the day we're going to see go to 3 sets, so settle in. It's going to be a good one. I think these teams go to the third set.
So Blue Valley Southwest going to try and regroup during the break here and get back to form that they had in the first set. We'll see if they can do it in our final third set coming up next. Coming up next, it'll be Blue Valley West and Olathe East to look at the Olathe East volleyball squad in the stands getting ready for their match. We'll have next for you right here on Spectrum Sports as the volleyball slam rolls on. End of that match will mark the halfway point of today's 8 matches. Kevin Wyke and Jill Hall will have the call for you here on Spectrum Sports. Jill here right now along with Nick McCabe, and glad to have you with us as well as we go to a third set for the first time today. Lee Summit West was really in control that second set. When you play well and you win the first set, you kind of get steamrolled in the second. How do you regroup during the timeout and just kind of put it out of your head and and move on and try and win set 3 and win the match overall.
Yeah, this is the game of volleyball. It's such an ebb and flow, up and down roller coaster type of sport where one set can go be so lopsided and the next one it's a whole nother ball game. So for both teams, I mean, for Lee Summit West, I think you take the good and you serve aggressive and you just keep wanting to continue on. But for Blue Valley Southwest, you forget about that. It wasn't your best service reception set, and you think, okay, we got to just limit the errors on our side. And hey, whoever wins the set wins this match. So it doesn't matter. We're all knotted up here, so let's forget about that. It wasn't their best showing in that second set, but you can see they're talking, they're discussing with one another. Kate Schmidt right there, still lighthearted, talking to her bench. As we mentioned, there's a lot of newcomers for Blue Valley Southwest on their team. I think we have a little bit of blood on the leg of Samantha Schmidt.
Well, she just dove on that last point of the set. She really dove after a ball, and her knee pad came down a little bit. As there we see Blue Valley West also waiting their turn. No fraternizing with the Olathe East folks. That's the enemy that they'll be playing next. So a little brief pause here while Schnitte gets patched up. Really not actively bleeding, but did have kind of a little scrape. A little bit of blood was exposed.
It just needs to address that real quick. And I think it's going to be key for Blue Valley Southwest when Schnitt is in the front row to get her the ball. We didn't see her very many attacking options in that second set. And then it seemed like she was caught setting for a lot of that set in a couple rotations. So trying to get out of those and get her the ball, I think she's that player that is their go-to, obviously. And then some other players step up. Ashlyn Howard's been good for them. Miranda Nolte, I think, can get a little bit more production out of her, perhaps. Rachel Kerr as well. A lot of their seniors.
And you were telling me that KU just recently had a setter slash hitter.
Yeah.
So that's something that she could continue doing, you think, at the next level.
Absolutely.
I don't have to necessarily profile as one or the other.
Yeah, I don't know how Ole Miss is choosing to utilize her, what she's going to do at the collegiate level, or just as an attacker, as a southpaw, she's a lefty, so she can be more aggressive from an attacking perspective if she runs a 5-1 at the next level. She definitely has a great arm swing and right out of the gate.
Yeah, right. First thing.
And that's almost like an opposite attacker would be on the right side. So she's a lefty on that outside pin, and she's got to wait for that ball to cross her shoulder to get to her left arm, and then also to hit down the line. Well placed from Schnitte.
She tried to kick save.
As we would expect, the ball then goes to Warren and almost gets that kick save up.
And
that's live.
I feel bad, but I'm a little mad at Warren because that was a great Warren versus Schnitte direct head-to-head matchup, and she went with the dink instead of going full-on power mode. I feel like we were robbed of that matchup.
It doesn't always have to be power. It kills a kill in the books, right? And then
I know
Schnitte follows that one back up with on that right side, hitting that deep corner. See if Warren's going to get a look at this ball.
I think that's what Lee Summit West had drawn up, so Howard gets a chance. Here's Schnitte. Dug out on the back row. Warren blocked at the net.
That point's going to go. That sneaked. She sneaked that one in, so that's a kill for Warren.
Dropped on this side, the Blue Valley Southwest side of the net. Madison Staples to Schnitte. Set wasn't where it needed to be, and so now an opportunity for Lee Summit West. Schnitte will have a chance from the back row, almost. Put that one away. And now she'll serve.
Just so vital for a player to work in transition, get to your touch point, and she saw that the ball was off the net, so she just worked further back, so she still allowed for her room to work it. And a good serve. She's just showing she's just doing it all.
Good serve by Schnitte. 2 straight for the Ole Miss commit. Warren a chance for the side out. Dug up. Schnitte going across the court. Clips the net that time. Warren hit the tape. Couldn't get it to drop over, and now Jennifer Morgan's going to have to call a timeout. Blue Valley Southwest. Well, they recovered pretty well between sets. Come out looking like a completely different team here in set number 3. We'll step aside, come back with more set 3 action. We're all tied up at 1 set apiece. Blue Valley Southwest out to an early lead here in the 3rd and final set. Well, it's been the Samantha Schnitte show so far in set number 3. Just wide. That was Nolte on the attempt. We were kind of doing the math during the break. We think 3 aces for Schnitte and 3 kills as well.
Yeah, I mean, she was just coming up with
mercy
points, and now she's in the back row. They run that 6-2 system, and she's a primary setter right now. Other players are going to have to come up big, and first ball side out.
Yeah, that's what you want.
There's room to work with, and right off the block.
Nolte back to serve for Blue Valley Southwest. Too strong. And Nolte will check out. Good rally. Warren will try and finish it. Couldn't do it. Schnitte setting Howard. And finally, the kill for Abby McQueen.
And McQueen working available in transition, and then saw that open spot on the floor.
Just tapped it over, and Abby Massengill gets a chance to serve. Down by 3. And a quick side out for the Timberwolves. Rachel Kerr with the kill.
Ball-handle ball from the freshman again, Reese Bates, her first contact. Allowed for that in-system play. And first ball side out from Blue Valley Southwest.
Howard serving for the Timberwolves. Free ball for Blue Valley Southwest. Kerr again. Hit the antenna, and I think that's what the call is going to be.
You can see antenna first. Official right there on top of that play.
Now Higgins the setter. Service error and a quick side out.
Well, in set number 2, they served so well, and that caused fits really for the Timberwolves, and the Titans just a few missed serves, working to try to get in the flow. Still in reach though. Still with a lot of time to work as this third set's going to 25.
Kept alive by the Titans. Miscommunication there. It's Brooke Pelfrey is trying to set. Not sure where she was going with the ball. Back over to Lee Summit West. Schnitta, powerful. Warren. Pelfrey went over in 2. Now free ball for Blue Valley Southwest. Pelfrey setting, Schnitta. Goodness. That's some power. Directed right at poor Alexis Webb, who did her best to get that ball up in the air, and she did. The team couldn't rally around and get it back over. Massengill, or beg your pardon, Reagan Towers for Blue Valley Southwest.
Big smile from Schnitta as she was trying to block that ball and then also reach over and tip that ball back in. Just did miss that. It's quite the fun battle against with Schnitta and Warren matched up across the net from one another right now.
Schnitta finds the back line.
Just on a roll right now. From the get-go, from the start of this third set, it has been Schnitta all over the floor in every aspect of the game.
And there's Audie Warren, trying to make sure that everybody remembers she's pretty good at attacking the volleyball as well.
And I think it's so important, first of all, that was a beautiful pass, great set there from Lacey Higgins, but also just moving her in different zones. They've done that a few times now in this match and came up with kills both times, just a different look.
Pelfrey was patient, waited on that ball to come out of the net, but now Warren dug out on the back line. Schnitta a chance, she's blocked. Tapped back over, but out of bounds for Blue Valley Southwest.
And they got her that time, and Massengill working extremely hard. You see that middle blocker, not giving up on that play. Pretty big force as a blocker, Abby Massengill.
Staples served, dug out on the back line by Lee Summit West. And the Titans are right back in it, back within a point.
Consistent serving right now from Madison Staples.
She'll put it in play once again. Good block by Lee Summit West. Towes tapped it over and ties it up.
That's Abby Massengill once again for the Titans, and she has been such a force in the last few points here for Lee Summit West.
That was Massengill that gets the big kill for Lee Summit West, and Blue Valley Southwest calls the timeout. We could not be any more tied, Jill. 1-1, 12-12.
Well, it's Blue Valley Southwest so hot out of the gates, and now it's the Titans just such a vet. There's some veteran players on their team, knowing they have there's time in this set still to work with, and the middle, Abby Massengill has been huge with some blocks, tip over the net, a few kills. Positive 3 rotations here from the junior middle blocker.
Staples has served her team right back into the set. Nolte misfires. This is the first lead for Lee Summit West here in the final set. Schnitta dinks it over. Warren dug out. Nolte again, blocked.
Who else? Abby Massengill and also Lacey Higgins, I think, got quite a bit of that one. But no seam to work with. Abby Massengill working hard on a roll right now.
That's an overpass. We haven't seen Schnitta make many mistakes here in these last couple of sets, but that was a misfire.
It's also that the serving right now from Madison Staples continuing.
And that was
and I'll
your
take
jinx.
that.
That was yours.
Yeah. Great run though from Staples to go back there, server zones.
Yeah, I think she scored at least 5 from the service line back there. Now Schnitta serving. Still anybody's match. Warren bringing the heat. And now it'll be Ashley Brazy serving for Lee Summit West. They brought her in to serve. And then she committed the service error, and right back out she comes, and Warren will take her spot. This long service error. (17-14), Lee Summit West on top. Massengill serving. Tapped around. Howard has to send it over. Free ball for Lee Summit West. And a kill for Handel.
And that rally went on. It was Abby Massengill in the back row that actually dug that ball up, allowed for that rally to continue. And then Handel right in between the two blockers.
Right on the back line. Rachel Kerr. Big shot for Blue Valley Southwest.
That's where you're living in that deep third and that back corner where nobody defends. And so didn't have to be straight down, but well executed by Kerr.
Howard right at Warren. Good pass by Warren. And an easy little shot from Evie McQueen. A kill is a kill is a kill.
It is, indeed. This is just a heads-up awareness play. You got to be deceptive with your delivery. You got to look, you got to go up with the same approach, same presentation to the ball.
Overpass. McQueen didn't go soft on that one. And a timeout. Blue Valley Southwest trailing by 5. Had control early in this set, but Lee Summit West has dominated since that opening burst. It was 7-2 Blue Valley Southwest early, and it had been all Schnitta really had been the driving force behind that. Lee Summit West has found a way to maybe neutralize her a little bit, or Blue Valley Southwest has not been as good at getting her the ball, maybe a little bit of both.
And there's different rotations. So she's a setter-hitter combination, and so you rotate in certain matchups across the net. But I've been super impressed with Abby Massengill, the junior middle blocker for Lee Summit West. I think she has been major in this third set with kills, blocks, plays at the net, and also better serving from the Titans, limited those errors.
Reminder coming up next, Blue Valley West and Olathe East. Game number 4 of the Spectrum Sports Volleyball Slam. Hope you'll stay with us for the finish of this one. Exciting match between Blue Valley Southwest and Lee Summit West. The ball was passed right to the dead middle of the net, and now Warren dug out by Schnitta. Oh, and then a mistake by the freshman Allie Schmidt, who got her first kill earlier in this match. She's just trying to keep that ball alive. Lee Summit West serves it out of play, so it'll be a side out to Blue Valley Southwest. And now Brooke Pelfrey will serve. Pretty important that she get a couple of points here at least for her team. Try and get back in this one. Off the block and down.
And the Titans are just moving the ball around a bit more in different zones. Outside, Hondel's gotten more involved in this third set. The middles as well. Good first ball contact allowed for that in-system play to happen.
It is setting all the way across the court. Kerr was blocked. It's kept alive by Blue Valley Southwest. Here's Warren. Back set for Schnitte. And was just a little bit off balance and sent it long. And now Lee Summit West on the doorstep. Kerr got the kill. Couple of subs now for the Timberwolves. Brandon Nolte back in. And it will be Reagan Towers to serve. And too strong. And it's match point. Lee Summit West. Schnitte. They're still playing. That was kind of a weird play. Ali Gertiza rather, kind of celebrate. I'm not sure what
well, I thought that ball was outside of the antenna.
Oh,
but you keep playing on, and then the big block from Abby Massengill to end it either way. I thought that ball, that rally could have ended earlier, but you keep playing on. The Titans absolutely rolling after that slow start in set number 3. They steadied into it. A lot of versatility and players that got involved, and now 3-0 already under their belt.
Yeah, an impressive performance by Lee Summit West, particularly in those second couple of sets. A hard-fought loss in the first set. They come back to really roll through set 2 and then overcame a deficit in set number 3.
Abby Massengill, I thought, was huge in that third set, especially. Odyssey Warren was as good as advertised. Really special player. And I think big props to their setter. I thought Lacey Higgins running that 5-1 system, 5'5" in stature, but she really moved the ball around, and as they got better through that match, I thought she was really key to their success. Samantha Schnitte was as good as advertised as well. She was pretty dominant today. Yeah, she is going to have a special year, that right side setter combination for Blue Valley Southwest. The Timberwolves, I think, look to have a good year ahead of them as they're looking to try to get to state for the first time in their 10th year as a school.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun. It was great.
It was a good match. And my day here at the Volleyball Slam is officially done. But Jill will be here the whole rest of the day. So she'll keep Kevin Wyke in line coming up next as Blue Valley West takes on Olathe East. For Jill Hall and Dan McCaffrey, our producer and director in the truck, our entire Spectrum Sports crew, Nick McCabe saying so long from St. James Academy, but the Spectrum Sports 10th Annual Volleyball Slam will roll on coming up next, so hope you'll stay with us.